That's some good school content, man. That'd be hilarious if we recorded that. But then I don't want to expose anyone. There's so many names, yeah.
I don't want to just be thirsting over.
Yeah, you're right.
What's up?
Oh, hey, hi there.
Yo.
Welcome back to the Team Rocket podcast. My name is James.
I'm Jesse. I'm Jesse. And welcome to episode 20 of the Team Rocket podcast.
I actually didn't mean that. My name is Jesse, and that's James.
And I'm James.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're clear.
Yeah. If we're wrong, let us know.
Yeah. If you're tracking, then let us know too.
If you're tracking, yeah. Oh my god. So last episode, we at the end of the episode, is it me or do I sound like I'm in a Pringles can right now?
Yeah, a little bit for me too, but
yeah.
hopefully it doesn't sound like that for you guys.
Yeah, well, if it does, well, you can call me Bane.
Yeah, if it is, you can call me a duck.
Have you seen that? Cause it sounds like, what's it called? When Bane was like talking in Batman.
Yeah.
That's what it would sound like, right? But then, he has like a slow, like elegant and deep, scary voice. I don't right now.
Batman. I live in the darkness. Because in the movie he was like, did he know he was protecting? Was it Ra's al Ghul's daughter?
I think he was just trying to get the kid out, but he had no idea it was Ra's al Ghul's daughter.
Right. Okay,
yeah, because the mom died or something.
In the prison.
In the prison,
right,
and then he stopped everyone from getting to the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, tripping, or did he like lift her out of the prison?
He lifted her onto the first step, and then he stopped everyone else from like trying to get the girl. Because I think the other prisoners knew who that girl was.
Mm.
And then, yeah.
Like later on.
Later on.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the movie review of the third Batman.
Yeah.
Batman Rises.
Yeah, The Dark Knight Rises.
The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Batman Rises.
We might not sound like Bane, but this sound kind of is the bane of my existence. As long as it's recording clear.
Yeah, as long as it's recording, you can hear us. It'll sound a little funky, but we're still here. Yeah.
Just the kinks of cold weather and a startup.
The what?
That's just part of some of the kinks and problems that come with living in Winnipeg and doing something new.
Oh yeah,
right?
You're right. Yeah. That's. So I had a fucking brain fart there, Anyway, what were we talking about before I started going Bane? Oh, last episode what's it called? We left off on a note about what's it called? We're gonna talk about some shit.
Oh yeah.
My modeling. Oh my god.
Opportunity.
I don't even know where to start with that, man.
Are you coding names or
like real name? No, we're gonna use fake names, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to put the person on blast. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know if they watch the podcast.
I don't think so.
That's
probably, okay.
That's fine, but we're gonna get big eventually, and then if people backtrack, they'll be like, oh my god,
they're talking about this person.
Yeah. It's not that hard to decode, but whatever. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, so how did it even happen?
I mean, like, we were still working together at the
restaurant.
Pizza shop.
Yeah, usually stay back. We talk shit at the restaurant after a shift. Yeah. But today I was like, yo, JC, you gotta go, man.
I was like, wait, what do you mean?
It's like, yeah, I got I don't even know how it came to the thing. I was just like, yeah.
No, you were like, I have a meeting or something.
Yeah, I have a meeting
and I was like, wait,
shift.
What meeting for what? Are you looking for new jobs or something or what?
Then I'm a bad liar, so I was like, no, just don't worry about it, man. I'm pretty sure I just said that. Like, don't worry about it, man. And then you kept going like you just kept thinking, man. And you went into that modeling thing, man. Oh my god.
I don't remember if like I don't remember what triggered me thinking that.
Oh, you know what? I think
I don't know if it was something you said before that, and then like I took it to the length of, oh, are you like modeling?
No, because remember the other manager at the Forks, like he had like a modeling thing.
Oh.
Yeah, so maybe that's why you thought it was like the same thing.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
but it could be anything too.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I do remember being like, yo, don't tell me you're doing. No. Because I remember thinking first, I was like, what are you fucking selling your body, yo, after the shift? Is it that tough, yo?
It was tough, yo, not that tough, yo. But
and then I remember saying like, yo, are you like modeling or something, yo? Or are you getting?
Oh, and then I made a face, yo.
Yeah, and then I was like, yo, don't tell me you're a model, bro. What do you mean?
Oh my god. Okay, that was No, I think that's what it was. That makes sense. Oh my god. Fuck. I don't even know what to talk about after.
I don't know, because like I remember driving away and I was like, yo, should I like stay back and then drive back around and see who's in the shop, yo? Like I literally, you know that neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Like right across the bridge. I literally pulled into there to think about it. I was like, should I go back? I'm kind of curious, yo. Maybe I'll park on the side and then like walk up and then see if he's actually who he's actually talking to.
Yeah.
But I was like, fuck it, I'll respect his privacy.
I had a feeling, but like if you did, yo, I wouldn't be mad if it was you. If it was someone else, I would have been like, yeah. So, oh my god, man, that was what was I doing? Yeah, so
it wasn't a modeling.
It wasn't a modeling thing. I am not a model.
Their loss.
What actually happened is that there's this girl that I didn't tell her I had feelings for her, but I was
What's her name?
What's a good code name? Because we already use Dead Space for
wait. Was it
You're acting like I talk to so many girls, man. Shut up.
Was it Brooke?
Why is it Brooke? You know who this is. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna call her Brooke.
It was Brooke, right?
I feel like this.
Because I didn't see for sure. That's why I'm wondering.
We're gonna call her Brooke.
Okay.
You know who this is?
Yeah, yeah.
So, Brooke,
yeah.
I had a crush on her for a long time.
Right.
I was very obvious about how I felt for like a while.
Brooke is dope.
She is quite dope. Quite shouts to Brooke. The thing is, I never like said anything or made any like big moves. It was always just very like obvious but very passive shit. Like it was like clear, like I clearly drop everything to like for her and like go out of my way for her, but not enough to where it's just like it would give grounds to like actually bringing anything up. Like, right. Hey, like what's going on? It was just like it was kind of, yeah, it was very passive. It's just like, oh, this guy's whipped for sure type of thing. So it came to the point.
This is true.
Yeah. James knows because he was my fucking sounding board for all of this shit, yeah. Oh my god.
I was like, poor Brooke, man.
Yeah, that was not my proudest moment. The logic, I don't know where it was.
Right.
Like looking back.
So how did that meeting go? Like,
oh, okay.
Like walk us, set us in the scene, yo. Like you wait, like I exit, and then what's happening after that, yo? What are you doing? What are you thinking?
You know, do you remember that while I was waiting for Brooke to show up?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, remember that prep table in the middle, yo? I was gripping that shit like cold sweats.
Like you let go and it's like dripping or what?
No, I feel like I bent the table. Oh. Yeah, I was just like leaning into it. And then I think closer to the time I like put like a clipboard out and some shit to pretend I was working.
Right. Even though we were already done takedown like early.
Yeah. Oh, I pulled my laptop out because I had to write down what I was gonna say it.
Right.
Because I was so nervous.
How long was the message that you had prepared?
It was long, but here's the thing. Here's the really weird part. It's like I had an explanation of like my feelings and everything and what I was feeling, but there was never anything to be like. I was like, oh, I want to take you out on a date. It was just like, oh, here's how I'm feeling, but I don't want to do anything about it.
Right. You didn't give Brooke a chance. You didn't give Brooke the space to be like, hey, this is what I'm feeling. I want to know how. These are my intentions, and I want to give this a chance if you are willing to too. Right?
It was more just like, here's what I'm thinking. I want to know what you're thinking, but there was no like call to action. Yeah. Which was like which is so dumb. It's like what's the point? But I knew this conversation had to happen because I was already being so obvious. Where it's just like, now it's just confusing. I'm like wasting her time, also wasting my time because like I'm not giving myself like the what's it called? I wasn't letting myself go forward with what I was feeling. So then it was just getting like pent up in my head.
Yeah. Plus, you were like, you were thinking about like moving on, like in terms of like moving forward with like whether it's like thinking about other people, and then you're like, oh, I don't think I can do that without like getting past this person.
This thing, yeah.
But then you weren't even willing
to even try
with that person.
Yeah.
With Brooke.
With Brooke, yeah.
So it's like, and like also like when you would like ask me or like someone else, we'd be like, yeah, I guess it's something that needs to be done.
Needs to be addressed, definitely. Yeah. You can't just it's affecting me so much that it can't just be like just put aside. And it's also been so obvious that it's like something that she's for sure seen.
Of course.
And obviously deserves answers to because I was so obvious.
Right.
Not just to her, but to like other people. So
anybody who would know you would, or anybody who would knew you at that point in time would know that was affecting you in more ways than maybe you'd even like to admit. And I guess this ended up being more of a release thing for yourself than an opportunity to see where things
go. Yeah. Yeah. So
that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then you're waiting at the prep table, like gripping, like making sure your message is all out there. And then what do you like open the door for her to walk in, or she just walks in and you guys sit at the prep table, or like what's happening there?
Like she comes in and I was just like, hey.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the meeting setup like? How did you ask her to meet?
I was like, hey, can we like meet up sometime? Like I can pick you up or you can come to the restaurant after hours.
Right.
Something like that. She ended up wanting to come to the restaurant and I was like, okay. Yeah, I don't know. It was so, I didn't know like how to set it up, especially because like this, like realizing now this like what I was trying to go for made no sense.
Right.
Like it was like what's it called? I was just like telling her like I had all these feelings, but I never wanted to shoot my shot because XYZ.
Yeah,
which was like
you didn't want to ruin the friendship or
exactly. Even though I let myself like express a large amount of feelings, so it was like a very big jumble of being what's it called? It was like I was trying to have my cake and eat it too, so that just wasn't working.
Yeah, and it turns out you like made a cake that she was allergic to, so the cake just sat there. But you could eat it, so you just ate the cake.
Yeah, but I kept like offering it.
Yeah, and she was like, "No, this is not the kind of cake that I wanted."
Yeah, and then like I I offer it but take it back, so never gave her a chance to actually like get an answer if she was actually gonna take a cake.
Right.
But I kept offering it, but then like not giving her the opportunity to be like, oh, I'll have a piece of cake, or be like, oh, I don't want cake,
Right.
even though she was in the whole time she was allergic to it.
So you made her read the message, right? Or did you say it?
I said it, but then I admitted that I wrote everything down. She said, oh, can I see? And then she did, and then yeah.
Did you say it word for word, or
It's summarized kind of.
how long did that take? Do you think? Like a couple minutes?
A couple minutes, and then like we just kind of went into it, kind of explaining each person's side and like where our head was at the moment.
Right.
I think like I think like partway through too, it was just like I'm like listening to what I'm saying. I'm like, fuck, I'm so stupid.
Right. What did I you might have told me, but then what was Brooke saying? Because
Like,
I know
in
you didn't
terms
really
of-
give her the space to be like, hey, would you be, like, you didn't really put it out there
That like it's like,
that
hey,
you
I
wanted
want,
to
I
be,
like this is for sure what I
give this a
want.
chance,
Yeah,
right? You were more like,
like this is what I'm
Dumping on
feeling.
her.
Yeah, I'm like just like explaining the situation, but again, like no call to action. No, there's no like, oh, I want this, and there's no like, oh, I don't want this or
Right.
whatever. It was just like, here's what it is. Do what you want with it.
so then what did she have to say? Like, what could she say when she was there?
It was kind of like just her reacting to it,
Right.
and then thankfully, like she was like, she's really smart, so she was just like, yeah, and also like, in terms of like, if you did want this to happen, like it's not that I don't want to, and she gave her reasons, and it was just like, okay, that makes sense, and like again, like looking back now, it's just like fuck, I didn't even like there's no point because I didn't even put a call to action yet. There's no like, I don't know.
Did she say then that she was willing to give it a chance?
No,
No, right?
no.
That's probably because of the execution
Oh, absolutely.
and like,
like-
everything leading up to it, like
Yeah.
all the dominoes falling in all the wrong ways.
Yeah, it was just a
Or
shit
all
show.
the rocks falling
Yeah.
in the wrong ways, making a nasty ass avalanche or
Yeah.
rock slide.
Absolutely. It was just like definitely feelings were genuine. I just like did not like nothing was done properly on
Yeah.
my end.
Yeah.
And it was like yeah.
I guess at the same time too, it's like you more wanted to get that release than you were willing to say, hey, let's give it a chance. Because from what I understand, you were even more worried about putting that out there
Mhm.
and like the possibility of that being
What the outcome would be.
yeah
Yeah.
as opposed to you just being focused on letting that all out there, right? Like you were more afraid of her being like, yeah, I'm down to give this a try.
Actually, yeah, that's what I remember. We talked about this, yeah, because like I was scared that there's some things that weren't ideal for me to be in a relationship,
Right.
and
And it wasn't for you to say because it's like a two-way street.
it's a two-way street, absolutely, yeah. But me and my overthinking ass was just like, oh my god, like because I'm like this, or because this is my situation, this part of me in a relationship wouldn't work.
Right.
And other stuff like other stuff similar to that. So I was kind of answering for her, and also the foul thing is like knowing that I was telling myself that I wasn't ready for a relationship, and then on the other end of that was like just like throwing my feelings out there, being super obvious, throwing hints and shit like that, and then for me to at the same time say like, oh, I'm not ready for a relationship.
Yeah.
Like,
kinda like you-
absolutely. What was it saying again? Make my cake and eat it too,
Yeah.
or have my cake and eating it too.
Yeah, you couldn't.
Yeah, no.
Because you
It
were
was-
like just letting her know how you feel,
Yeah.
while also kind of setting the table of your intentions that like, hey, we wouldn't work, and this is why,
Yeah.
and not because of what you have to say, but because of what I think.
Yeah.
And because of that, it's almost like, what is she supposed to say? Even though
Exactly.
you did leave it open ended, it's like, what is she supposed to say?
It was just.
Oh,
It was
I guess
like.
then it
then
couldn't
I-
happen
yeah.
even if I was willing to give it a chance
Mhm.
later on.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough.
Yep. The thought process like did not use any of my brain there.
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
all emotion, right? Like
Yeah.
it's more like you want to be done with like what you were feeling
Mm-hmm.
to the detriment of losing out on the possibility of something.
yeah.
right?
Yeah, but at the same time, I didn't even give myself the chance to because because of how I handled it.
Yeah,
It was just like, yeah, no, it was a shit show.
yeah. I mean, I guess even if Brooke were to say hypothetically later on, like from when we've talked to her,
Yeah,
that, well, or when I've talked to her, be like her saying, "Oh, I would have been willing to give it a chance because like that, like why not?"
yeah,
But everything before that just left a bitter taste in
Yeah.
the mouth, and it's
and
like,
it's just like a show of character. It's just
Yeah.
like I wasn't confident. I had no idea what I was like, what I was saying. What's it called? I definitely wasn't sure where I was at. I had no idea.
right,
What's it called? And yeah, like it was like all the telltale signs of just like not being ready for a relationship, not like what's it called? Yeah, just like not being ready and like not being like 100% and
Right.
like which she like deserves
yeah,
or
and
like
it's-
anyone
yeah.
deserves. Anyone
Yeah,
deserves.
and it's
Yeah.
like not to say that you have to have 100% to be with someone, but it's
Mhm.
like the way you were thinking then.
Yeah.
Maybe if you had, I mean, this is all. What sure we can say what we could have done better, but like, and also sure if you had let some other people in, like whether it's like me or like other people, we could have been like, hey, maybe this isn't the way that you should go about it. But I mean, like maybe if the cards were played right, then it could have been executed better.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, and now it's all in hindsight. Then you wouldn't be with Taylor now.
That's true.
Brooke wouldn't be with who her boyfriend is now,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So
So.
shout outs to Taylor.
Yeah. Shoutouts to everyone we just mentioned.
Yeah, Brooke, her boyfriend.
Yeah. And
They look happy.
they do. And like what's it called? I didn't completely ruin the friendship but me and Brooke had, like the
Yeah.
friendship. That it took a hit for
That's
sure.
a heavy hit, yo.
Yeah.
Like I know her inner circle and like.
Oh yeah.
Your inner circle we're all like, Jesse, what the fuck?
Yeah,
dude?"
it's just like, what are you doing, man? Dude,
and out of all of this, you weren't a model? Come on, yo. You weren't a model still?
James. Yeah, no, dude. I was like, dude, I even like sat myself like fucking after she left, yo. I was like sat in the car. I was like, what the fuck was I thinking? like, oh my, I just fucked myself. Yeah, it's so
And not for pleasure.
James, man.
It's tough, man. It was a tough situation.
Dude, that was
Also, like, work did not, your work schedule and your work routine and your lack thereof of time for yourself outside of work didn't help this situation at all
no,
either.
at all, yo.
Not during like peak season, right?
Yeah.
And with all these standards and expectations of you, right?
Yeah.
Running the restaurant, doing 3 people's job at once.
Yeah, and also like, fucking, I still like didn't sleep. It's trying to go to the gym, trying to keep up with my social life.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all taking a toll, and like
Yeah.
having this in the background. I mean, like going back and forth from being a back thought to like the forefront of your mind while you're trying to work can be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
for you, and I guess just led to you to set up this modeling meeting. You know,
Man, oh my god, ugh. Ugh. Fucked up shit, yeah. Like, I don't even know what else to say. I was so embarrassed, yeah. I couldn't even.
I remember you were like, I'm not gonna see Brooke or any of her friends for like the next year or
Yeah, no.
forever, you know.
Dude, like, cause like what the next time all of us hung out was it?
Earls? Browns?
But that was Browns, hey?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Cause I guess that was a year.
Yeah, was that a year?
Yeah, I think that was
Was it a full year?
not no.
Or was it months? It was months.
It was months,
like
but
maybe like 5 months?
yeah,
6 months?
it's in the summer, right?
Oh yeah, maybe later. Almost like maybe 8 months?
Yeah. It was before September for sure.
Yeah.
I think it was like July. That's when we met up. Because like we were out at midnight. It was so warm. So yeah, no, that was the first time we hung out. And even then, dude, I was like,
Should we be doing this?
I don't know. Like, dude, I like before I picked you up, I was like fucking like on the verge of a panic attack, dude. I was like, I don't want to see them. I don't know what to say. Like fucking like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Brooke was gonna roast you or anything.
No,
it's
but like, cause like
there's
she's,
shame in that.
oh
There's
no,
shame in
yeah,
that.
I'm like, yeah, absolutely ashamed, yo.
Yeah.
It's just like fucking. I know it. I knew exactly what I did. I knew exactly what it looked like. What's it called? Totally understand her point. And they could like
She had every right, yo.
every single right. Like I'm not fighting that shit at all, yo.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like fucking just give it to me, man. Just like fucking yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I feared for my life that night, James. But before like things warmed up, and then it got good after. But holy shit, yeah,
That was wild, yo.
tough, but it's okay. I gave it a chance because I actually do like them as people because they're really good people.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah, we grew up with Brooke
yeah,
and her sister.
yeah,
Literally since kindergarten.
yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
that would be like, would that be how many years of annoying? Because like 5 years.
That's
5 years is kindergarten, right? You're 5 years old.
right.
So then we've known them for almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
You would have known, I think, for 20 years now then.
Yeah, Brooke and Brooke's sister.
Yeah, both
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah, that's a long time. From
Shit.
like kindergarten till now.
Holy fuck,
That's a
dude.
long
That's
time,
a long
dude.
time.
And it's like, it's not that like everybody that we went to kindergarten with were like that with.
No,
Like, I don't think anyone. Maybe like
no.
one or two other people, maybe.
Yeah.
Throughout elementary, right?
Yeah.
More so like high school,
hmm
but even more so post high school, right?
Yeah, that's where it
People that
like,
you meet post high school is where what matters.
yeah, that's when the cards come out, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's where you meet, as some people might call it, your tribe. And maybe hey, and like I feel like there's like a stigma around being adult, and like, hey, you can't have, it's hard to make friends outside of like say high school or childhood. But I think it's important to like it's still a possibility to make friends when you're an adult,
oh, absolutely.
and who knows, maybe the people, like I know for me, some of the people that I met in like university or like late high school are like people that I still stick around with and who stick by me
Oh, absolutely.
despite everything, right?
Yeah.
And like that, I think people think that, I think too many people think that you can't make real friends
Yeah.
outside of
After
work or even at work, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like I don't know. I feel like another big thing is just like, oh, I haven't spent that much time with this person. Also, they can't be like a close friend.
Right.
Which like in my experience, it was just like I've known like our initial group of friends, like say from like school and church, known for years, man, years. Like, and by the time I got to like high school, it was like, at least like 5 to 8 years of knowing those specific people. Then I met my friends in high school, and like within a matter of like that year, I was like closer to them than I was to people I've known longer.
Yeah.
Which is like nothing wrong with that. It's just like maybe they're just better suited to who I am.
Yeah. And like we're like a lot of us are. I mean, if you're not growing as a person, then like, fuck, man, I don't, I don't know what you're doing, dude. Like I think it's essential for everybody to grow to some degree, right?
Yeah.
Develop yourself, figure out what you do like,
yeah.
what you don't like in people, activities, hobbies,
Mm-hmm.
what you like in relationships and friendships,
Yep.
right? What you don't like.
Yeah, experience like some sort of variety and some sort of change. And like, you know what? If you don't experience change, then it's just like, it's either you experience change or you find more reason to explain why, to like find more reason or understanding to who you are, type of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you find out a better picture of
like why you're the way you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And being okay with that. I think that's a big thing too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because
if you're not okay with like who you are as a person, or you're not even quite there yet, not to say that we're there yet, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
But like starting that process of like being okay with who you are, and like liking that, and finding people to surround yourself with that like that as well, I think is important. Because like if you're like constantly trying to cater to other people's needs, like feeling like you have to tiptoe around people,
yeah, then it's just like,
I don't think that's better for you.
No,
and you're just scratching other people's egos, right?
Yeah, and like that, what's it called? People see right through that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, especially people that are like trying to like just like not waste anyone's time, just trying to have like genuine connection.
Right.
Like they're gonna see that and be like, they're not even gonna try.
Yeah, and it's so draining to you for you as a person, right?
Yeah, it wastes so much of your time out of anyone else's.
Yeah.
So it's just like there's no plus to doing that. Like I guess like no one's really gonna hate you, but at the same time, no one's really gonna like fuck with you either, because you're just really a shell of a person that.
Or maybe they'll fuck with you because they know you're gonna be like a yes man kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like I don't even think
that's considered just fucking with you though.
No.
It's just like, oh, it's just nice to have you around.
Because if they only like a version of you that you put out to please them, then that's not really them liking who you are.
No,
right?
they're just liking that what they see.
Yeah. Because you're
moment.
not even sure like you like who you are, right? That's why some people act that way sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of sad.
It's a sad cycle. Sad cycle.
Yeah.
It's just like, you're literally just spiraling yourself into the ground doing that. I know, I was bad for that.
Yeah, me too.
I was like fucking yes. I was the yesest man ever.
Yeah.
That made
like
no fucking sense.
Like catering to like how you're supposed to act or behave around certain people, or like making sure you're like, I mean, not to say that it's bad to mediate conflict between people, but like if you're doing it so much so that like there's no conflict at all,
then that's like
nothing gets solved and you're the only one who's like taking a hit, then it's like
that's like what did you really achieve?
It's like
yeah,
lose for you.
Yeah,
lose.
Because like you
maybe win for them but lose for you, you know?
Oh, for sure. No, because it's just like you don't get anything out of it. No one understands you more after that, because you really kind of just conform to both sides to make it work.
Right.
Yeah. So and the fucking what's it called? I don't know. Like that situation. It's funny because we're Team Rocket podcast. It's like a Pokemon thing. If you actually like are a Pokemon fan, do you remember like Ditto? It's like that's the one Pokemon that is just like it can turn into whatever Pokemon that you choose.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really what it's like. It's just like you're with this group of people, or you meet people and you just turn into whatever they are, just so you could associate yourself with them. But then at the end of the day, you're just the purple blob.
Yeah, And I feel like there's like a counterbalance to that, being like, say you have like certain friends who are more into something that you like say like I have friends who are more into anime, and then I have friends who are more into like basketball. Not to say that they can't be mixed.
Oh no, for sure.
But like say like you have friend groups who are more like that, like you go to talk about different hobbies or like cars or stuff, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Then like it doesn't mean that like if I'm with that specific group with a specific
that
group
you're
of
just
friends,
that.
that you're only that. But like at least like in that sense, you're sharing a passion from a part of yourself.
Yeah,
and you're not like pretending
that's still
to be
part of who you
something
are.
else.
Exactly. Yeah. Instead of going to every group and be like, "Oh, I'm one of all of you."
Yeah.
Like, no, you're not. Like, yeah. No, that makes sense. That's a good point to bring up too. Yeah.
Because like I think people might take that and be like, yeah, then I can't like
I
can only be with like people. I can only surround myself with people who like every single thing that I like. Right. And that's also like an L for yourself too, right?
Yeah.
Because then you're only looking for people like, oh, if you don't like this that I like, then you're whack.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And
that's whack. That's a whack mindset.
Yeah. But yeah. No, it's important to what's it called? Know where you're at, but still have an open mind to understand like the other end, right? It's balance. It can't like shit's not black and white. It's like you gotta walk the line. Yeah. You can't walk too far into one side, because then you miss the whole point after that.
Yeah, you gotta find that kind of balance between trying to be unashamedly yourself, while also not like being so ignorant that you're like maybe even like oversharing or like having no boundaries at all.
Yeah.
Because then that's almost like people can take advantage of that too, right?
Yeah.
But like having certain boundaries up where you're not like closed off to anybody and everybody, but like finding out the right people that who are willing to hear you out and like you for who you are, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because like it's not like I'm not, because like I know for me, I'm not the same level of transparency or like closeness with every single person in my life, right?
Oh, absolutely not. No.
That's just too. That takes up too much energy.
No, that's
and
impossible.
Nor do I want to.
No,
right?
Yeah, because it's so you to be that way, to have that transparency with just a person in general. Like there has to be like certain things that like certain criteria that has to be met for that to happen.
Right.
And then that like not everyone's gonna hit that, and that's okay. Yeah, you'll find your people. It's just it's not gonna be everyone.
Yeah.
So.
And it shouldn't be everyone.
It's not, absolutely not. Yeah.
And like I feel like people, well, I don't know, maybe it's just in my mind, but I feel like the idea of having, or like especially growing up having the idea of like, oh, I have a lot of friends means that I am more accomplished as a person.
That you're like validated as a
human being,
like a proper human being.
Yeah, you're like
there's a proper. Yeah.
And like sure there's a counterbalance of like not being close with anybody.
And like kind of like riding like lone wolf style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like even that, finding the balance between that.
Yeah.
Like the numbers don't mean shit if like number of friends doesn't mean shit if you at the end of the day
like
don't have people that you can
connect with or like really be you with.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at the same time, like, some people are like, I feel like it's okay to be lone wolf. Like if you actually gave it a chance and tried to connect with people and they're really just not your people, then you're alone for a while. Then you know what? Fine. Like at least you tried. Yeah. But in time, like it's literally just like in that situation, as long as you're like, taking the right steps to like giving it a chance, like, and still being yourself and like, putting yourself out there, and in time you'll find your people.
Yeah.
But like when you're like just so like ignorant and cut off and like my way is the highway type of thing and acting lone wolf like that, that's when it's like, okay, like, but rethink some things, buddy.
Yeah. And even like that like reminds you of like people who think they're like I mean, I support people who love themselves and like treat themselves as like the main character for their story.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's also like the counterbalance to that where like people think that the world should only revolve around them.
Yeah, and
Right?
that's not a thing.
No.
It's like, yeah, you know, you're the main character of your story, but just remember that there's other actors here in this movie. This movie is not just you. There's a whole cast and crew, and you know that you're not the only person there.
Yeah.
You gotta work around, like just acknowledge that they're there. So
And sure, you can be shooting your own movie, but like
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that like you own the whole set.
no, you're gonna be working around people, and yeah, I don't know. Again, it's not black and white. Like you're not supposed to just blend in and become whatever, and you're not supposed to like act like you're the only one there. So you know what, do your thing.
Do
Do
your
your thing, 21.
Do your thing.
21. Do your thing. Yeah, I'm bad for saying that at work, and one of my coworkers will like be like start singing that, and now whenever I hear that song, I think of my coworker. You know who you are. Shouts to you.
21. Can you do something
For me.
You see those clips of like them making Travis Scott and Drake look so jokes, like they're like they're in love, like they're trying to seduce each other. Like Drake back and throwing it back on 21.
Do you think 21?
Or like I don't know if you've seen the one where like someone took. I'm pretty sure it's like WWE. And they mod the characters to look like Drake and 21.
Oh no!
And 21's like in the ring, and like Drake walks in, and he's like doing like sexy poses in the ring and
Oh
stuff
my
like
God.
that. I'm like, oh my god, this is two jokes. Yo. 21, can you do something for me? And then like I remember even one part Drake's like laying down on the floor like he's looking all cutesy, and his feet are in the air going like this. I'm like, dude. This is too much, but I love it though.
Oh, I'm all for it, man. Those memes are too good, yo. Holy fuck. Oh, well, sorry. What were we going?
Do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing.
21.
Lone Wolf.
Lone Wolf, and then not absolutely conforming to everything.
Right.
Yeah, it's balance.
Yeah, finding that balance is key, and I don't know. Like speaking of like Lone Wolf, I think being alone, like having time for yourself, is equally as important, if not more important, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like I don't know, what are things that do you find that you like being alone, like, or what are some things that you do alone?
I do. I just like I kind of whenever I'm like have like my me time, I just want to like feel like I'm like caught up, whatever that means to me. Like either like say like I feel like I'm lacking in terms of like, oh, I didn't fold my laundry, or to the extent of like oh, I don't want to be, or like I feel like there's somewhere I want to be in life. Like sure, I won't like I think the big thing for me is like in that me time is like I don't achieve like that specific goal, but it's just like I kind of like set myself up to like, okay, where am I at? What's it gonna take to get here? Can I get there right away? Yes, no, why not? And then how? That type of thing. I don't know. That's kind of what my me time is kind of comprised of as of right now.
Right.
It's just like kind of like checking in where I'm at, and then kind of going from there. I don't even want to say like making plans for ahead. Like I don't like. I think there's one point where I was like too much. Like I was thinking too much of the future, and then I was kind of like losing myself in the present, and then it was like eating at me because I was like, oh, like I'm not at this point. Well, like, well, no shit, because I'm over here. Yeah, it's a process, and like I gotta kind of like, take one step at a time. Like I was like trying to like reach my foot over into like where I was trying to be. Right. I was like, oh, I just can stretch a little bit more. I was like,
Yeah, and before you find yourself like stretching yourself too thin,
Absolutely.
and it's not, and then that doesn't really become me time, right?
No, and then I completely miss out on like what's right in front of me, or like
Yeah.
trying to like just like enjoying like
Your own company,
my own company, or just like doing
Resetting.
exactly what I want at that time.
right?
Either like taking a nap, playing a game,
Yeah,
watching a video,
yeah,
or like just going where I want to go, instead of like, oh, I can't go here because this is what I'm expecting in like a year or two.
right.
It's like, fuck that, man. It's just like, you know what, there's a balance between like setting yourself up, again, balance. It's just like you can set yourself up for success, but you don't have to compromise right now. You know, like I think you should, yeah, it's important to kind of like take care of like what you're feeling, like what you need, what you want, at least at the very least acknowledge it, because obviously like sometimes you can't get what you need or what you want for specific reasons or specific situations. But yeah, I don't know, it's just a nice way to like check in, acknowledge, see where I'm at, and then whether I can change things or not, at least I know like, okay, well, at least I know this is where I'm at. And then once the situation changes, then I'll know what I need to do. So that's kind of like what my me time's all about. I guess that's a really complicated way of saying like, you know, just, I don't know, doing my own thing, but I don't know, that's where my head's at. So I don't know, what about you?
No, I feel that, because like for me, my week is like, my work week is so like flipped that, because I work nights, overnights, but like the fact that it's like that, I almost like saying no to different things.
Yeah.
I've liked practicing saying no to things,
Yeah.
because like if I don't have that time for myself, because like I'm an introvert,
Yeah.
and I think the difference between from what I understand, introvert and extrovert is like not like, oh, am I shy or am I confident, but more
No,
like,
it's just like,
where do you get your energy from? Do you get your energy from being with
surrounding.
other people, or from being with yourself, right?
yeah.
And like for me, I get my energy from being with myself,
Mm.
and if I don't have the chance to do that, then I'm just gonna be like
Tired all the time.
tired, miserable, not wanting to be where I want to be, and like I already have that enough, like with my work mindset, right?
Yeah.
So it's like when I am by myself, I like similar things that you like doing, like whether it's doing some small chores for myself,
Mm-hmm.
Order some food,
Yep.
maybe try out cooking some food,
Mm.
listening to music that I love, taking a shower,
Yeah.
watching anime, TV shows, movies, playing video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like doing all sorts of stuff like that. So
Yeah. I think it's just big, like just to have that freedom to choose what you want to do,
yeah,
whether it's like it's for the sake of like something you want or need. Like I think it's so big for your mental health, because it's just like, oh, I'm putting myself in this, I'm choosing to do these things, or putting myself in this situation, so I feel this certain way.
yeah,
And it's just so like, I don't know, like I feel you with like the introvert thing, like getting your energy from that, like that satisfaction is so like fulfilling to me, whether it's like, oh, I want to like, you know, just go on a walk, or to like bigger things, whatever that is.
yeah.
So,
Even if it's not like, even if you're not always spending your me time, like doing self-reflection, or like
Oh, yeah.
doing like mental exercises where you're like doing affirmations, or like
Mhm.
journaling or something like that. Even if you're not doing that all the time, and you're doing stuff that might seem like less productive,
or just like
the hobbies that you like,
yeah,
I think
That's
it's
so
important,
important.
not to, it's so important not to like look down on what is productive versus unproductive, because like you being able to unwind
Mhm.
and enjoy like art,
yeah,
like I don't want to generalize art as a whole, but then like the stories you hear in music, in shows, in video games,
Mhm.
like are all forms of art. And like, so at times like I get emotional with those kind of things, those kind of mediums, right?
yeah,
And like I think it's important to take lessons from that, or just unwind, and like even if that's just because it doesn't look like going to the gym, or like
or getting
going out doing stuff, right?
Or finishing your to-do list.
Right.
Yeah.
Like just because it doesn't look like that, it doesn't mean it's
not
any
important.
less important.
Yeah.
Right.
I
think that's so important.
Oh, absolutely.
Because then people get into like this only productive stuff.
Yeah.
That
and
like
then,
is almost kind of rooted in like capitalism.
yeah.
You know. And
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like, why do I feel the need from society or from work to be obligated, to feel this obligation, like, oh, I have to do something that is benefiting another person higher up.
Yeah.
That doesn't really give a shit about my me time, just as long as something's getting done.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's so important that like we have to stop this stigma of like looking down on hobbies.
Oh, for sure. Because it's just like
passions, right?
Like when you look down on like stuff that you're passionate about, like your hobbies and stuff like that, it's like you're basically like invalidating like stuff that you like, and you're like invalidating your feelings.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, and that cycle just turns into like, oh, like I like this thing, but I'm not supposed to be doing it because it's not like it's looked down on, like it's not productive when it, you know. But then it's such a negative like impact on your mental health, because it's just like, oh, I want the things that I want, I'm not supposed to do, something's wrong with me.
Right.
And then you instead of like and it's so hard to realize too, because it's just like the societal norm is like, oh, like the right thing is to be productive, and like you get into these like things of like trying to like be productive and like trying to get all these things done, trying to achieve all these things, and there's like there's still that hole in your like fucking mental health, and you're just like, what the fuck is it? So like, yeah, you have all the success, all the money, you finished everything that you needed to do, and you're like, fuck, why do I feel like, why am I depressed? Why am I not fulfilled?
Why do I like look in the mirror and see everything that like I've wanted, but I still don't like myself because I'm not really myself?
Yeah, you've really just filled like you've filled a position that society told you is like what your lifestyle should be for you to be happy.
Yeah, or to be successful.
Successful.
That's what equals happiness, right?
Yeah.
And like I think that idea of like linking success, monetary success, with happiness is such a slippery slope.
Yeah, no.
Because like, just because you have that, it doesn't mean that you will be happy.
No, absolutely not.
Like it just completely throws away the idea of like trying to find fulfillment and happiness in where you are at the moment, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, because you're just like in the chase for like that monetary success.
Yeah.
You miss out on the moment.
Yeah.
Like the moment isn't even a thing. Like you're just fuck. I don't even know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, it's like you don't even really know where you like, what you like. You just know what you're supposed to like to get to that success. Right? Like that's why, like, why is there so many suicides at every financial class, right?
Yeah. Because it's just like
the guy who's making over 6 figures, 7 figures, not everybody of them are like who they are.
No,
or they might show it off like they like who they are.
Yeah.
But they don't even like who they are. They might be flaunting all the stuff that you think that you need just because not everybody has the monetary success to support themselves, but it doesn't mean that you can't be happy like where we're at.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's the
to be there.
The scary thing is too is like it's like back to like your point of like monetary success and happiness, like that being like the same thing. Like just imagine like you throw away what, say 10 20 years of your life to get to like say like the top spot and like say like
some big
firm or something, and you get there and then you have that success, but then the happiness is nowhere to be found. Like
Yeah.
And then
Who
like
you're gonna
that's
share that with?
like that's all you like fucking that point was all you thought was happiness, and you get there and you're not happy.
Yeah.
That's
That's such a daunting thought.
that's so dark. Like mm, like thinking about that, and like the suicides at like for like successful people and stuff like where it's like, you know, monetarily successful
Yeah.
people makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it's just like you did everything you could to achieve the happiness, but it wasn't there when you got there.
Yeah.
So now what is life?
Mm-hmm.
What's like what the fuck?
What are you living for?
Exactly. Well, what was all of that for?
Yeah.
Like the money won't even mean anything now, because the money was supposed to be the happiness,
Right.
but the happiness isn't there, so the money doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
Now you're
Like you can like fill yourself with like all the alcohol, all the traveling, all the
all
and, like,
everything.
Financial stability would be nice.
That was great.
But I mean, like
Yeah.
you could fill yourself with like all, like, have sex with all the people that you want, or
Mhm.
whatever. But like, if you don't have any like, you didn't take the time to grow yourself
Yeah, and
or like
understand.
appreciate yourself.
Yeah.
You didn't keep around, or you didn't keep around certain people in your life that cared about you or
Mhm.
that you cared about, and you threw them away all for the sake of your
this
success.
Yeah, which
then-
you thought would be happiness. You're fucked, man. Like just understanding what makes you happy, whether like, and fucking people don't even take time to think about that, because like from what kindergarten, like it's just like, oh, the person with the most money is the happiest.
Yeah.
Social media is all about that, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, I'm on vacation, it's just miles.
Yeah. Oh, that I get to post like where I'm at, and it's like expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, I'm successful,
Mm-hmm.
therefore I'm happy.
Or like, I'm posting this thing that I have that I just got, oh, happy.
Happy,
Yeah.
successful, happy.
Mm.
But it's not always the case.
No, man. Like, yeah, like it's just like the views all skewed and twisted,
Yeah.
because it's just like, you know what, like maybe that person who posted about like their new iPhone is actually just like really loves Apple and technology,
Right.
but alongside that it was like expensive, and then for like someone else to see that, like, oh, to have an expensive phone is to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, not really. It's like that person just likes technology, but you have no idea how to turn a computer on, and you think like buying this iPhone is gonna make you happy. You get there and you're like, oh fuck, like this doesn't mean anything to me.
The what's the word? Notoriety of it like wears off so quick.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like it
Like all with a lot of material stuff.
and
not to say that nothing can be beneficial to you,
yeah,
but like
but you need to take the time to understand what really like means, what really has meaning to you.
yeah, and like even more specifically, who has meaning to you, right?
Yeah.
And like obviously there's the counterbalance of that too, of like
Yeah.
putting your worth and happiness into other people.
Mhm.
But that's also why we've been saying it's important to love yourself.
Oh,
Or,
yeah.
like, to be okay with who you are and what you like, so you find people who are likewise, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just interesting.
Yeah. Fuck. Damn.
You know.
Yeah. That's kind of heavy, man. Holy shit. This is I don't know, it's a scary thought. Like, not understanding happiness,
Mm-hmm.
just not understanding yourself. Like how dark that gets so fast.
You can only smoke. You can only smoke so much. You can only drink so much. You can
Mhm.
only distract yourself with work so much.
Mhm.
You can only distract yourself with relationships that you know aren't going to be lasting so
Yeah.
much before you find yourself still being empty at the end
Yeah.
of the day, right?
Yeah. Like if you don't take the time to like understand like who and what fulfills you, then like nothing's gonna fill that void.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's almost like people try to throw quantity at it, but it's like that's just like, even like people try to throw quantity and quality at it, but it's like it's not. I feel like those things aren't what like will fix that problem. It's like what's it called? It's like it's a specific like piece, like regardless of like what it's made out of, what it looks like, how much it's worth, like it's just that piece has to fit in that jigsaw puzzle. Like it's so specific. Like it like you can throw all the jigsaw pieces at it, or you can throw like a jigsaw piece that's like made out of like pure gold or pure titanium. Like if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. It's not gonna fill that void.
Right.
Like you gotta understand that. You gotta like fucking search in that pile for that right piece, regardless of like quality, quantity, whatever.
Yeah, and maybe in the metaphorical puzzle box, maybe you don't even have. Maybe you have to order in a new set because it's not in that pile that you already have, right?
Yeah, but like whatever it takes to get the right piece. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not to say that like once you find that piece,
like everything's solved.
Yeah, and like that's just the beginning of the journey of like, figuring out
for sure
who you are.
Yeah,
right.
That like and just it like it
what's important
all adds up to the bigger picture, the whole puzzle.
Yeah, having a good sense of who you are, self-awareness, and like the right people around you that you can share your life with. I think that's all you really need.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, obviously there's the monetary side of it, of like having to provide for yourself.
Oh, of course.
But that aside.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about like monetary success in overabundance of that, right? Like people who are striving to live outside of their means or already are.
Yeah.
And don't have
an understanding
of who they are and a circle of people to share that with. If you don't have that and you do have an abundance of monetary success, then it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah, like fucking you won't be fulfilled.
Yeah, you might just be a rich asshole.
Yeah, rich asshole, just confused.
People only like for that to be used.
Yeah. I almost feel bad because it's just
some
like
sad asshole.
Like it's just like wow, you like they just have no idea. Like they're just like all they chase for or all that like society is telling them is like more money, bigger smile. Why am I not smiling?
Right.
Yeah, right.
After you're there already.
And now, yeah, and then you're just like now society doesn't make sense because it's still saying the same thing, and now you're just like I don't know. You it's like you have there's nowhere else to go, like in terms of like monetary success once you get there. You're there. So what more can you do? Because and then again, there's also, this is probably like going into like another podcast, but it's just like again, like doing more equals like, you know, like the more you do, the more happier you are or something. I guess we kind of touch base on that too, but it's just like no, sometimes you just have to take a step back, take a look at the picture, the whole picture, instead of that one section that you've been like this at.
Right.
So
yeah, there's more to life than just being successful. I mean, monetarily successful.
Yeah.
Monetarily successful.
Yeah. I don't know, I guess people like don't really ever define success for themselves.
Yeah.
It's just like society is just like like more money, success.
Yeah. And it's like one thing that like I feel people don't address enough is that with a lot of people, at least like I'm not saying that like I'm nowhere near that financial success, but like seeing people through social media, and like knowing that they might not have it all together, or even if they do, good for them. But if you can clearly see that they don't love themselves, they haven't taken that time to get to know themselves. They don't have like circle of people that they can really trust that aren't just yes men. You become. A lot of people can become. The worst parts of themselves are just amplified, like who you truly are with money, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like more, like the money will just make who you are amplified.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean like money will make you bad.
No.
Money will make you good.
Like if you're already bad, it just shows more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey. Fucking guy, man. Damn.
How long was that?
That-
That's an hour.
Yeah, it's an hour.
Hey.
Shit. Well, I don't know what anything else you want to finish up on. Like, I feel like I've said, kind of covered a lot.
I think that's like a lot of what I wanted to say about that topic.
Yeah. I think that's everything. I think I said my piece too.
Yeah. Just make sure money isn't everything.
No. Take the time to understand like what happiness is to you, what success is to you. Don't get so stuck on the idea that more money equals less problems or whatever, or more like money doesn't equal success type of thing. Like you gotta understand, like at the end of the day, money's like an object, just like this laptop is.
Right.
Like it's just physical value.
Yeah. And like if there's no one, if you yourself aren't comfortable enough to be happy without that money, or you don't have the people, you've neglected or shut out the people that you could have shared that kind of happiness with, or you weren't even, or along the way you weren't open to having people join your life who you might have been happy with, then you're losing out.
Absolutely.
That's an L. You might have the zeros in your bank account, but you have the zero at life, yo.
Oh, damn.
Like you might have the commas, but then life might be like, comma, you got an L.
Yeah.
That's an L, bro.
Like there's commas in the bank account, yo, but you're like the rest of your life, yo, in a coma, yo.
Yeah, coma.
Jesus.
From
like
commas to coma, yo.
Like you're still alive, but you're really just dead.
What are you really living for, right?
Yeah. Fuck. Oh, damn. That was good, yo. That was some good bars, yo.
But I'm not a rapper, though.
Yeah. The comment below if you want to see what would your rapper name be? Kylo Rem, yo. On the tracks. I like that. That's the one.
Yeah. Why not?
Sorry.
Any last comments?
I think I said my piece. How about you?
Oh, on the off note, check out Daniel Caesar's latest single.
Oh yes, your.
I mean, for me it's latest, but for you guys it won't.
It's gonna be about a month and a half from now.
Do You Like Me by Daniel Caesar.
I just listened to it. That's a vibe, yeah.
Very much a vibe. I'm hoping that he's releasing an album this year.
That would be.
Yeah,
good.
that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
I think he's hinting at it, but yeah, we'll see. I just finished an anime yesterday on Netflix, Cyberpunk Edgerunners.
Okay.
Very good. Like the animation is top notch. Both the Japanese voice actors and the English voice actors are good. I obviously watched it in the Japanese, which is fine. Either way, it's good. I heard that one of the main antagonists of the story in the English dub, I've heard clips, is played by Giancarlo Esposito, which is the bad guy, the Imperial bad guy, the Hispanic guy in The Mandalorian.
Oh!
And he's also Gustavo Fring in Breaking Bad, and he's also what else is he in? I had another thing that I was thinking about, but I forgot. Yeah. Anyways, the story, like to quickly put out a synopsis, this I don't know if any of you guys have heard of Cyberpunk, the game. It's kind of like a dystopian, future-esque world where like it's like dark, gritty, futuristic, techie city where like people, it's very common to like switch out body parts and modify themselves with like tech. Or like chrome, like some of them like to call it.
Yeah. And
there's this boy his mom is working as like, I think equivalent of a paramedic.
Okay.
And she's doing her best to work overtime and shit to make sure he goes to the good school.
Yeah. And
he's like doesn't really fit in that school. And in that first episode, like his mom passes.
Oh shit.
Due to a tragic accident. And like even in the accident, they clearly separate classes. Like if you don't have the coverage, you're not gonna get the help. When he was in the accident, his car was flipped over. His mom was shot dead. Yeah. On the middle of the freeway, and like people came to like their trauma teams came to rescue other people, but then not them because they weren't
didn't have the
rich enough to
coverage.
have the coverage. So like that brought him to desperate measures in his life where he met up with this group of joined this gang of people, and in that he kind of finds his family, and
Okay.
through that they go through this journey of trying to survive in this city.
Yeah.
And all the troubles and loss and pain that comes with that, and chasing dreams.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty
Holy
good.
shit.
10 episodes. Each episode is like 25 minutes. Maybe.
That's a day watch, man.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll have the rest of the afternoon. You know, I might get into it, man.
And also, if you guys haven't watched The Last of Us, the series on Crave,
I gotta watch that, man.
please do. Even if you haven't played the game, you have everything to gain from watching this for the first time.
Yeah.
It just adds a cherry on top if you
If you
know
play,
where
like-
the story's going.
Yeah.
But even if you haven't, it's still a treat and very well done.
Hell yeah.
And like, I don't know, yeah, you know the premise.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
If you don't know the premise, go watch it.
yeah. Look up a trailer.
Yeah.
Very simple, lone wolf story. Child and Cub's story.
Child and Cub. Okay. Nice.
Pedro Pascal's already played Child and Cub with the Mandalorian.
Yeah, yeah. He's just continuing.
All these Child and Club roles, and he's killing it.
Hell yeah. Like in Narcos.
Like in Narcos.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's all I got
Nice.
for recommendations.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any recommendations. I just rewatch the same show sometimes because it's easy.
And that's okay, yo.
That's okay. That's what I want.
Sometimes I watch the same podcast over, the same YouTube videos
Yeah.
over again.
Oh yeah.
A lot more often, like when I'm going to sleep. But
Me too. Yeah. That's really I really have time. So
yeah. I don't know. I don't know with you, but then like I find if I listen to something that I haven't already heard before,
my
I have
attention's
to
just-
listen.
I have to
listen.
I don't want to miss.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my god, like what if there's something really cool
yeah,
that I completely miss out on?
I don't want to rewatch it again.
Yeah.
So then that's why
exactly.
like I play stuff that I've already watched.
Exactly.
Or I know what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So my mind blanks out of it.
Yeah. So I can just like it's like white noise, but it's like still there.
Yeah.
Then I can be like, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, I think that wraps this episode.
Mhm. Episode 20.
Episode 20.
Yeah.
Well, damn. Well, here's some more episodes.
Yeah.
Well, in that case,
hmm
my name is Jesse.
I'm James.
Yeah. We didn't get it confused this time.
Yeah.
I said, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You're Jesse. I'm James.
Yeah. And this is the Team Rocket podcast.
Yeah.
Blasting off until.
Blasting off until the next one. Peace.
Peace.